Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla, and for this video, we're gonna go over all of my finances for Q1 of 2022. I've been doing these quarterly updates for a couple of years now, and I will say they're probably one of my favorite videos to prepare for, to film, to get up. I think it's really exciting. I always say that in each one because you get to see your numbers over 3 months and see your progress from 1/4 of the year, which can be pretty significant because on a month-to-month basis, it doesn't feel like much, or it just feels like things are going really slow. But then if you take the time to look back at the year, or at least the quarter like I'm doing in this, then you can see that you have made quite a bit of progress, and it just makes you feel good. So I encourage you to also look back at all of these categories in your finances for the first quarter of 2022 and going forward, and just be proud of yourself for your accomplishments. This is going to be just like any of my other quarterly updates. So we're going to talk about my debt, my online income, my investments, my net worth, etc., my goals, all that stuff. So we are going to start with my debt. Now, as you all know, I do have $36,000 of total student loan debt left, but they've been in forbearance and at 0% interest from the pandemic. It's been over 2 years. I believe this is being extended. I think they're going to announce that soon. But I have been saving for my student loans instead of actively paying them down. So I keep that money in a high yield savings account, and I have been focusing primarily on that. So I started the year with $12,080 saved for my student loans, but at the end of March, I had $15,509 saved for my student loans. So an additional $3,429 saved for my student loans specifically. That is behind. Like I want it to be a lot further. I thought I would be further, but things have just been quite expensive for me, or I've just been spending more money than I expected to, which is perfectly okay. It's not necessarily on things that are 100% necessary. Like I booked a vacation. I purchased some extra supplements that I didn't need them 100%, but I purchased them. I ended up spending more on medical stuff that I did not expect to. It gets more expensive. The dogs, things like that. So it takes away from everything else in my finances, but still over $3,000 in 3 months is pretty good. We're averaging about $1,100 or so per month. So that's promising. Next, we're going to talk about my online income. So January, I made $1,932. That was the largest amount I think I've ever made in online income. This does not include my in-one finance referrals or like Coinbase, anything of that sort, just from online income, which I have a breakdown of these every single month, and I can put my latest one in the description box. February, I made $1,549. And then in March, I made $1,390. So you can see January is usually higher, and that was the highest amount I've ever made. I still haven't broken the $2,000 mark. I hope I will hit that soon. That is like a big goal of mine. It's been a goal of mine for a long time. But in total, from the first quarter, I made $4,871 in online income alone. This is pre-tax, so I have to pay taxes on that, of course. But still, that's very helpful, and I do expect this to increase as the year goes. Next, we're going to talk about all of my investments, and then at the end of that, I will give you, of course, an update on my net worth, because that's always the most exciting. But we're going to start with my Roth IRA. So at the start of the year, I was at $9,061, and that is all in VTSAX with Vanguard. And then at the end of March, I was at $9,754. So that's an increase of $693 over the 3 months. But I actually contributed $1,200 in January, February, March, because I did $600 in January. I put $300 of that toward my 2021 Roth IRA, and then $300 toward 2022, and then the following 2 months were for 2022. So you can see that The market is still down because I've put in, 1,200, but it's only grown 693. That is perfectly fine. That means I purchased everything at a lower price and it should grow more in the long run. But I still find these numbers really exciting. My Roth IRA is getting up there. That's obviously my largest account, like my largest investment account. And I'm very excited to get past, the 10,000 mark, which I have hit now. Like we're a few days into April when I'm filming this, so I have gone over that, so that's exciting. Next is M1 Invest. So at the start of the year, I was at $4,952. At the end of March, I was at $6,565. So this is a growth of $1,613. And I contributed $0. Which is just incredible because this all came from referrals as well as just capital gains. And this is all invested in VTI. In One Finance, I always have going to VTI. And I think I received probably, let me see, I could actually check. Yeah, okay, so I received $1,550 in referrals alone. That's insane in 3 months. So yeah, the rest of that would just be capital gains because that also, the market is still down for that. Coinbase is the next one. At the start of the year, I was at $121. Now at the end of March, $621. So that's growth of $500 even. I contributed $20 plus there were some referrals. I don't remember honestly how many referrals. It's definitely slowed down. But probably at least $100 or so worth. I don't know. I can't tell you right now, but Bitcoin is the bulk of that, and it has gone up quite a bit since I opened my Coinbase account. But yeah, I only put in $20. I've grown by 500, and then I got some referrals, but also just growth in crypto. Next is Webull, and at the beginning of the year, that was at $528. We are now down to $92. This is only a Starbucks stock, and I'm just waiting for it to go up so I can sell it. So this is all a loss of $436. Not a loss. I sold that money. I sold those stocks to use that money I put some of it toward my Roth IRA and then some of it toward my student loan debt. So the reason I did that was because I don't really like the Webull platform. I think it's very confusing. Sorry. But I do still put my link down below because I can get referrals that way. Initially, when I signed up, I just, I contributed the money so that I could just get the free stocks, and you can do that as well. I think right now they offer, they change it up, but usually you can get multiple free stocks. So that's always linked down below if you're interested. I like to do that. I just contribute whatever I need to do. I think you have to just deposit money into the account and then you get free stocks from there. So it was really easy and I just took advantage of that. So slowly but surely that will go down to $0. I do have a Fidelity account, which I mention in my monthly updates, but I'm not going to even include that here because that too will go away. So that's $150 or so, but there's no point of me really mentioning it. The other investment, the final investment, is my 401k, which is very, very new because I started my brand new job in March. So I started contributing to my 401k in March. I've contributed twice, a total of $300 plus my company matches that. So obviously at the beginning of the year, that 401k was at $0 and now it's at about $606. This isn't completely accurate because even at the time of me filming this, it hasn't completely processed through the final contribution. So it should be around 606, but probably a bit higher than that. And I have a feeling this will grow pretty quickly. I chose the aggressive option. I can link my video down below where I talk about how I chose, the traditional 401k over the Roth 401k and the reasons for that and just, what I'm investing in. But it's the most aggressive option basically. And I think this will grow pretty quickly because it is so nice to put in my money and then my company is basically doubling that. Well, they are doubling that. So that's gonna take me pretty far, I think. Okay, and then we have my net worth, which is always very exciting. But I will say, if you go back and watch my Q4 update from 2021, that was incorrect. So I gave I think I said my net worth at the end of the year was over $5,000, but in February I ended up correcting everything, and now the numbers are correct because I removed taxes from it and all that stuff. So the correct amount at the start of the year was, I had a net worth of $604. So that's a big difference from what I shared in the Q4 update, but 604 was my net worth at the beginning of the year. And at the end of March, I reached $8,444 positive. So that's a difference of $7,840, which is insane. That's actually not as big of an increase as I've seen in the past. Yeah, I think that's just because I had spent more money and I wasn't able to save as much. Obviously the stock market is quite a bit down, so that plays a big role in it as well. I'm gonna go through my goals in just a moment for the quarter, but more recently I had set a goal to reach a $10,000 positive net worth for March, but that didn't happen. So you can see I'm, about 1,500, a little bit more than 1,500 away from that. And then for my goals, I wanted to be even further, which I'll talk about in a moment. But yeah, I'm still happy with 8,444. That's a good number, and I do still have my debt, and I know that once that's taken care of by the end of this year, I'll be able to go a lot faster, and I think I'll be seeing more jumps. And the more money that I have invested between everything, the more my money is going to grow. Yeah, this is just Q1. This is just the beginning. And I think I can get pretty far by the end of 2022. Okay, let's talk about the goals that I set for Q1. Yeah, God, it's just been so, I don't know, I haven't been hitting my goals. I set my goals all the time, monthly, sometimes even weekly, but definitely quarterly. And I didn't hit any of these. It's just a similar theme to my March update. I didn't hit any of my goals. But my first goal was to reach $17,000 or more in my student loan savings. I did not. So I got to a little over 15,500, which is still pretty good, but not as far as I would like to be. If you're interested in, definitely watch my Transfer Tuesdays if you want to see a more accurate, an updated number on that, but also my March update video, which I'll link down below, that gives you the exact number. My second goal was to make over $6,000 in online income. I was about $1,100 short. So yeah, that definitely didn't hit that, but I can't complain about an extra $5,000 or so from, from my business. That's really, really good. And I'm grateful for that. So yeah, didn't hit that goal, but still very close. And then I wanted my net worth over $12,000. So in March, I set the goal of reaching $10,000 because I knew I wasn't gonna get that far. I thought I would hit 10K, but I didn't even realize that my goal was 12,000 for Q1. Yeah, so obviously I'm 3K plus short of reaching that, but I will be able to, I'll get there. I'll get there soon. Those were the only 3 goals that I set, and yeah, I didn't reach any of them, but that doesn't need to be a negative thing. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It doesn't mean I did a bad job. And I feel like I keep talking about this in all of my videos because I see that a lot of people will comment saying oh, how you just move on from your mistakes or move on from the unexpected things is really inspiring, or it makes me feel better about my finances. I do really want to make sure people feel that way because I'm definitely not perfect. If you watch my budget updates, I'm constantly in the red in multiple categories, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm creating a budget every single month and, progressing toward my goals. I'm saving every single month. I'm investing every single month. I try my best to stay within those budgets, but I don't always do that. And there's no reason to stress about it because that's how you get into the habit of not enjoying finances. Yes, it can be upsetting that you didn't hit your goals, or it can be discouraging to see those red markers on your budget, or feel upset that you didn't hit whatever savings goal you were going after. You're not where you expected to be, but that doesn't need to hold you back. Just keep on going. Obviously I would like to be perfect and show you guys my numbers in the green every single month and hitting my goals every month, every quarter, but that's just not reality. And sometimes I spend more money in areas than other months or other quarters. You don't need to feel bad if you're not hitting your goals, and definitely just set them again, readjust as you need to. That is what I do. And you can still look at your numbers and see like, oh wow, I saved almost $3,500 for my student loans. My investments, my net worth went up almost $8,000. Like, that's insane. I didn't hit 12,000 net worth, but I hit, over 8,000. That's good enough for me. So anyways, let's move on to my Q2 goals, which these are probably a bit of a stretch as well, but I wanted to just put them out there and we will see what happens. I have been gaining more subscribers. Welcome if you are new. I hope you stick around, and thank you for being here. So I think some of this will start moving a little bit quicker, but we'll see. So these are all very similar to my previous goals. For Q2, goal number 1, I want my student loan savings over $24,000, because that will put me at like where I'm supposed to be by, the midway point of 2022, assuming I want to be debt free this year. So I need $24,000 by the end of Q2. That would be great. I want to make over $7,000 in online income, because again, my goal for the year is to make at least $25,000 in online income. And the reason for that is so I can pay for everything that I need to pay for, like paying off all of my debts, my traveling, my apartment, all that stuff. If you look at my spending plan for 2022, then you'll see like how much money I need to make. So I need to get on track with that. So I got to make over 7,000 in Q2 to catch up. And then my third and final goal is to reach a net worth over $15,000. I think that one's the most reasonable, because I think I could get there, because if I like double my current net worth, I would be there. Basically, I've been in the pattern of that. So every quarter, my net worth increases by like $7,000 to $9,000, which is really good. And I'm assuming, I don't know. The market may start to increase again, and I think that will help a lot, because I did purchase quite a lot of, like index funds and such at a discount or on sale. So I should see that paying off soon. Maybe. It just depends on the market. Obviously, I can't predict that, but I think that's the most reasonable goal here. But we'll just have to see. And again, if I don't hit those goals, it's not a problem. I'm still going to strive for that and just try my best to reach those numbers. So that's it for my Q1. I would say it was pretty good, and it didn't feel that way at first. Like I kind of was quite a bit disappointed in just everything that was happening, and I do feel a little bit overwhelmed by things going on, and just like that I can't catch up. But then I just think back to everything that I was just talking about. It's okay. I will get there. And no matter what, I'm making progress. And no matter what, I am proud of myself. I'm proud of y'all. I appreciate all of you commenting and sharing your financial journey. I think it's really inspiring. So please feel free to comment down below anything that you accomplished over the last quarter or month, whatever it is that you want to share. Also, feel free to ask me any questions. I feel like sometimes I miss something in these videos, but if I did, feel free to ask it and I will answer. And I hope you have a great Q2 of 2022. I can't believe we're here already. I will say Q1 went flying, and every single day, every single week is just going faster and faster, and it's scary. But thank you all so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. It really supports my channel, and I will see you in my next video.